Allah Azza wa Jal again grants Shaitan authority to do as he pleases, whilst assuring him that Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam's faith will still remain as strong as it was before, and he will indeed endure these trials with patience and gratitude. But this time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sets a condition, stating, I will give you authority over Ayyub's body, but not over his soul, intellect or heart, for in these places reside the knowledge of me and my religion. And so Iblis began his final plan of tempting Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam towards disbelief and hatred and negativity and rejection of his Lord. And so Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam's body was inflicted with different kinds of diseases to such an extent that there was no part of his body that was healthy except his heart and tongue, with which he remembered Allah Almighty. Now there is a difference of opinion as to how long Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam suffered. Some of the scholars say perhaps it was 3 years, no more, no less. Some say it was over a period of 7 years and a few months, whilst other scholars have stated that he may have suffered for a period of 18 years. But regardless, the severity of this skin disease that had afflicted Prophet Ayyub was such that his flesh would tear off from his body and nothing remained on him except his bones and muscles. And when Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam's health deteriorated so much, his beloved wife asked Prophet Ayyub, "O Ayyub, if you pray to your Lord, he will free you from this suffering." And the Prophet simply replied, "I have lived for 70 years as a healthy person, so can I not be patient for Allah for another 70 years? So Sayyidah Liya began working for other people to earn money in order to feed Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam and herself. But soon enough, people became wary of her, knowing that she was the wife of Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam who was suffering from a terrifying disease. They feared that they too would become infected as well. And so when she was unable to find work, she began selling pieces of her own hair in return for food. But once Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam found out that she was selling her hair for the food that she was feeding him, he then finally supplicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which Allah narrates in the Quran, وَأَيُّوبَ إِذْ نَادَى رَبَّهُ أَنِّي مَسَّنِيَ الضُّرُّ وَأَنْتَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. And recall Ayyub when he called out to his Lord, "Misery has laid a hand on me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful." Ibn Abi Hatim reported on the authority of Abdullah ibn Ubayd ibn Umayr radiallahu anhu, who said that Prophet Ayyub had 2 brothers, and one day they came to him, but they couldn't go near him because of the bad smell that was coming from his body. So they stood at a distance, and one of the brothers said to another that if Allah knew any good in Ayyub, he would not have put him to this trial. This of course saddened the Prophet so much that he finally supplicated, "O Allah, if you know that I have never spent a night with a full stomach, if I knew someone else was hungry that night, then prove me right." And so a voice came from the heavens confirming his truth, whilst his 2 brothers were listening. He then supplicated further, "O Allah, if you know that I have never had 2 shirts, if I knew that someone else did not have clothes, then prove me right." And again he was proved right from the heavens, whilst Prophet Ayyub's brothers were listening. And finally he supplicated, "O Allah, I seek your help from your honor." And when saying that, he fell to the ground and prostrated and waited for Allah Azza wa Jal's help. And so it was at this point when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, "Urqud birijlik, hadha mughtasalun baridun wa sharab." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, "Strike the ground with your foot. Here is a spring of cool water to bathe and drink." So the Prophet did as he was told, and he struck the earth with his leg, and Allah caused a cold spring of water to gush forth and ordered him to take a bath and drink from it. فَاسْتَجَبْنَا لَهُ فَكَشَفْنَا مَا بِهِ مِنْ ضُرٍّ وَآتَيْنَاهُ أَهْلَهُ وَمِثْلَهُمْ مَعَهُمْ رَحْمَةً مِنْ عِنْدِنَا وَذِكْرَى لِلْعَابِدِينَ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states, we answered his prayers and we removed the misery that was afflicting him. And we also gave him back his family and bestowed upon him the like of them along with them. This is an exceptional mercy from us and advice for all those who are devoted to our worship, i.e. that is how Allah rewards patience and gratitude. So this blessed water removed the Prophet's suffering and pain and all of his illnesses and diseases that were both visible and hidden in his body. And instead, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him a healthy body, both visible and hidden. And in addition to regaining his health, he was actually also made more handsome. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him back his wealth and family in abundance. And it is narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cured Prophet Ayub, he rained on him golden locusts. And so Prophet Ayub began collecting them with his hands and putting them in his clothes. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala called out, Ya Ayub, alam akun aghnaytuk amma tara? O Ayub, haven't I given you enough so that you are not in need of them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, O Ayub, are you not satisfied and full from all that I have given back to you? Your wealth, your family, and your well-being? قال بلى وعزتك ولكن لا غنى بي عن بركتك. And the Prophet Ayub replied very beautifully, saying, yes, I swear by your honor, your power, but I cannot dispense with your blessings. I cannot manage without your blessings and rahmah. And in other words, the Prophet is saying that, yes, you have given me much more, you have given me more than enough, but who will feel full from your mercy? And then, as Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu states, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dressed the Prophet Ayub with a dress from paradise. And when he went inside and sat in a corner, he waited for his wife to come in, and when she did, she didn't recognize Prophet Ayub. So she asked, O slave of Allah, where did that afflicted person go? I'm afraid that maybe dogs or wolves have eaten him. And so she kept speaking to this man sitting in the corner, not knowing that this was actually Prophet Ayub alayhi salam, because she didn't recognize him. And she kept speaking to him until finally Prophet Ayub alayhi salam said, I am Ayub. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has indeed given me back my health and my body. And so the Prophet Ayub was given back his health and his wealth in double. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought back his family and gave him even more members from his family than before. And the Prophet remained in Rome for another 70 years and was said to have lived a long and righteous life till his passing.